try out one more time, see if my theory works. And if it doesn't, then obviously I wasn't made for it. If it does, then hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, cool, but it was definitely a fun trip. I know that much.
Yeah, it was.
It
was just busy. Like, we didn't really get to relax.
We did not have time. The only time we actually had time to stop and do anything was the night was before we went line dancing. And that's only because we were waiting for your aunt and uncle to take us to dinner.
You and Evelina probably had some time while I was fucking auditioning.
Oh, that's
Since
true.
my audition was like 4 hours.
Yeah, while you were auditioning,
Lord.
me and your cousin were sitting there, and it was so fucking long. I was just like, actually it was shorter than I thought it would be, but still, I was just bored out of my fucking mind. Yeah, and all these people running around and screaming, it was just crazy. But,
people running around and screaming.
Like, people brought their kids and their husbands and their boyfriends to cheer them on, and as soon as they got out, they would get upset because they didn't make it, and people were running around.
Yeah,
it was just all over the place. But, we had it was a pretty good spring break.
Yeah, it was.
And then right after that, we drove all the way back one night. And then the next day, the very next day, I had to drive back to California for a few.
It wasn't even the next day, it was that night.
What?
Oh, no, you're talking about how you went. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So we came home that night, you did your thing,
The next morning, I had to film something, and then that night, I drove to California.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
So it was
back to where we came from.
Exactly.
Like literally the exact same place where we came from.
Yep, 1 block away. Exactly.
Isn't that scary? Your family kind of lives down the street from my family in another city. That creeps me out.
Yeah.
Hopefully they've never met.
Yeah.
Oh, that crazy bitch that thinks about aliens. Don't talk to her.
And we have a very special guest joining us right now.
Hey,
and it's Bubba.
Bubba. Come on, Bubba. Come say hi, Bubba.
Mai Tai's
little
boyfriend.
brother.
Oh,
little brother, not boyfriend.
Little boyfriend? What?
No.
And he's joining us, taking time off from his
and
video
his mustache.
games.
Yay!
We need a whole nother microphone just for your mustache.
I know.
It's called a flavor saver, right, Bubba?
Or that I just crossed the border look. I'm not quite sure.
Damn Filipinos.
Canadians, they're everywhere.
We.
Yeah.
Anyway, you want to jump into your news before we move on to the...
Well, my news it wasn't really like news, like I usually have like technological news and stuff. But, like, it has to kind of do with Facebook. Like, with Facebook, and like, information just travels a million times faster.
Right.
Like, this whole new, like, Coney thing, like, spread overnight, like...
Dude, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt you real quick just because it's on my mind.
Okay.
Do you remember that show, Boy Meets World?
No. Because I never watch shows.
Okay.
So I wouldn't even know.
But it's funny how you look. I was like, do you remember that show? No.
I looked like I was going to say yes, and then I was like,
so,
no.
Okay, so there was a show on the Disney Channel for a long time called Boy Meets World, and it was a classic show. It was just about... It was a long-running show, too. It started out with these kids in middle school.
Yeah.
And followed them all the way up through, like, college.
Okay.
Like, even past college, I think.
Okay.
And it was just their lives and just what they did with their lives, and it was, it was funny sometimes, and other times it was really dramatic. But there was a star of the show. I can't remember his name. I really can't. I feel bad. I remember he played a guy named Corey on the show. Yeah. Ben Savage, I think his name was. Savage is the last name. I don't know the first name.
Yeah.
But I remember during Facebook time, someone posted. I don't know if did they have status during Facebook, or was it just bulletin posts?
You mean MySpace?
Yeah.
It was bulletin post.
Bulletin post. Someone posted a bulletin about how Ben Savage had died. And instantly, everybody I knew was heartbroken. Like, I remember thinking, I was like, I don't know if that's true or not. That really sucks if it is. And like 5 minutes later, everybody knew about it.
Yeah.
Everybody was posting and talking about it.
And was he still alive?
Yeah, of course.
I'm
pretty sure he probably posted that he was dead just to like get some attention. But like, yeah, with the internet nowadays, if you think like gossip travels fast in schools,
yeah,
with the internet, it travels a billion times faster.
Yeah, yeah. So, with that said, like, a lot of false information, like you were just talking about, also travels really fast.
Mm-hmm.
And someone posted this thing, and I'm going to set it straight right now, because it bugs me that people are actually this stupid to believe something like this. But alright, I guess there are people on my friends list that are, or friends list that have friends with other friends That stupid. So anyways, someone posted this thing. It was like some article, and it was like Pepsi and all its partners use human fetuses to...
Alright, sorry, we had to pause for a minute. We're back. Continue with your story.
Where was I going? Okay, alright, so someone had posted like this fake article. It actually was like someone posted it as a real article, like on some website, but it was totally false. Mm-hmm. And what it was is that Pepsi and its affiliates or whatever were using human fetuses to enhance their flavors. And it was like, so
Why would they do that?
I don't know. And they were like, so do not buy from Pepsi and blah, 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 blah. And so my friend posted it, this girl that I actually knew, and she was like, oh, I don't know if this is true or not, but I really hope it isn't. And someone posted, it's not true. And then some girl posted, she's like, no, it is true. Blah, 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 blah. Like, they do use human fetuses. Not in all their products, but in some of their products. So you need to, like, read the labels. And I was so annoyed at the stupidity of, like, these people that I finally posted. I was like, in law, act, blah, blah, blah. You are not allowed to use any human fetuses for any food product, period. Like, if you see something, you think, okay, if a company uses human fetuses to enrich the flavor of their product, you think people aren't going to go batshit crazy and, like, try and tear that company down?
No one would ever do. Even if they did do that, nobody would ever know about it.
Yeah.
It would seriously be a conspiracy because no one would know.
Yeah.
Because they would never advertise that.
Yeah. Like, never. Like, no company would want to be associated with that. And I think if you believe something like that, you're just an idiot. You should probably just go jump off a building. Like, nature does not need you.
Go jump off the World Trade Center.
Is it even rebuilt yet?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, in that case, Empire State Building, close enough. But you know what I mean? Like, just ridiculous news like that spreads all over the internet. Like, just use common sense. Like, you don't have to be a doctor to know that something like that would obviously be illegal.
That stuff happens all the time, though.
Yeah. And with Facebook, it makes it so much easier. And, like, even the thing, in the Netherlands, they made a video of this guy. He built like this really long wingspan and started like flapping his wings and like flew like a bird.
Oh,
and
I saw that on Ray William Johnson.
Yeah, supposedly built a contraption to make people fly like a bird, and it's not real. There's no way.
But were you saying something about people building something about flying like a bird?
Yeah, but it was a mechanical thing. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, you're talking about something that weighs probably about 3 pounds, has a wingspan of like 4 or 5 feet. Nothing that would ever be able to carry a human. Maybe a mouse. Maybe. Like, in which case, I don't even care. But, and only recently have we been able to, like, replicate the flight pattern of a bird. Like, how it flies. But this one, it wasn't even completely like that because the wings didn't bend. He just flapped using, like, bending at his shoulders, keeping his arms straight and the wings stayed straight. But people are like, oh my god, is it real? Like, trust me, if it were real, a lot more people would have it. It'd be a lot more widespread. Like, some common sense. I think we've lost a lot of that. Or maybe it's just because I'm, like, a physics major, and I'm like, it is common.
You know why that is? I saw this movie once, and I know you're not into movies.
Okay, alright.
But I saw this movie once called Idiocracy. And for a movie called Idiocracy, and a movie not very many people have heard of, it is probably the smartest movie in about 20 years.
Really? Okay.
Because it's a comedy, and it is a stupid comedy. It is stupid, stupid, stupid.
Yeah.
Every joke in that movie is just like, it's either a fart joke, or someone getting hit in their balls, or someone, like, saying a cuss word randomly just because it might make a laugh. But the movie itself is really smart. It's about how, in the beginning, it starts out kind of like a documentary.
Yeah. And
it starts as a documentary about one couple and one white guy.
Okay.
Right? And the couple are saying, you know what, the economy is really bad right now. We don't think it's financially stable for us to have a kid. Right? Mm-hmm. And then it cuts to the one white trash trailer guy, and he already has like 6 kids.
Yeah.
And his wife is like, oh, I'm pregnant. And he's like, wow, shit, what the fuck? You're pregnant again? Right? And then it goes back, like, 5 years later, it goes back to the same couple, and they're like, you know what? We just got promotions at our jobs. We're looking at buying a house. We just don't think it's the right time for us to have kids still. it goes back to the other guy, and he has like 6 new kids.